time is 11:20 a.m. Good morning. The news headline: War as Hausa traders and Fulani herdsmen clash in Delta. See how it started. The news in full. Residents of Sapele local government area, Delta State, are tense after a bloody clash between Hausa traders and Fulani herders in the area on Monday at popular Hausa market along Benin Wari Road, Amukbe, in the town. According to witnesses, 10 people were injured in the resulting chaos and were brought to several hospitals in the area with various degrees of injuries. The clash also wrecked some wooden businesses at the market, causing a large road congestion with many motorists hurriedly parking their vehicles along the roadside and fleeing for safety. According to reports, the two warring sides began a superiority battle on Sunday night after a Hausa kid from one of the northern states was allegedly stabbed in the bush by a Fulani herder and rushed home with injuries. The Hausas in the market, particularly those of Nasarawa origin, were claimed to have rushed to mobilize and assault the Fulani herdsmen settlements in the bush. Angered by the stabbing, the Fulanis, on the other hand, are said to have fought back apparently with deadly weapons, resulting in a conflict that sent even civilians fleeing for their lives. Meanwhile, Sapele police station operatives commanded by CSP Harrison Nwaboisi have entered the fray by deploying security to crucial places in order to reduce tensions and avert more damage. Ibrahim Umaru, a vendor at the market, told newsmen that the conflict erupted after a Hausa youth was stabbed by a Fulani man because it was supposedly located near their tent. Maybe he, the Fulani man, thought the boy came to steal from them. He did not ask why the boy was there. The matter came to us this morning and we just can't sit there and watch them attack us every time. We want to tell them that we are not fools, the Hausa trader stated. On the condition of anonymity, a Fulani herdsman blamed the Hausas for the brawl but provided no other details. As of the time of reporting this story, DSP Idafe Bright, the acting police public relations officer, could not be reached for comments on the event. And this is a clash between the Hausas and also the Delta traders and the Fulani herders. On Monday at the popular Hausa market at Benin Wari, Amukbe, the town, they said there was a crash that actually resulted to degrees of injuries during the clash. Although the Hausas in the market, particularly those of Nasarawa origin, were claimed to have rushed to be mobilized and assault the Fulani herdsmen settlement in the bush, angered by a stabbing. They said that a Hausa child from one of the northern states was allegedly stabbed in the bush by a Fulani herder and rushed home with injuries. And on the other hand, the Fulanis went with deadly weapons, resulting in conflict. As a result of this, one Ibrahim Omoru, who is a vendor at the market, told the newsmen that the conflict erupted after a Hausa youth was stabbed by a Fulani man because he was supposedly located near their tent, standing by the tent, and then they were thinking that he standing by the tent that he actually wanted to steal something from them, and they didn't ask him why he was there, and as a result of this, it resulted to a fight between these Hausa traders and also the Fulani people. And on the condition of anonymity, one Fulani herdsman blamed the Hausas for the brawl but provided no other details. And this has actually been one of the reasons why many of these organizations have said that President Muhammadu Buhari still needs to declare these herdsmen as a bandit and terrorist group. Although the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has actually said that there was no need because this is just lawlessness and different from terror acts. Lai argued that the Herdsmen Act of lawlessness should not be mistaken with terrorism act. However, John Nwodo, President General of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo, who was interviewed earlier on the show, argued that labeling IPOB as a terrorist organization was very unfair and imbalanced. Nwodo said that Fulani herders, not IPOB, deserve to be labeled terrorists. We have Fulani herdsmen in Nigeria. That kind of organization that has wrecked farmlands in Nigeria, killed quite a lot of people, raped them, maimed them, and kidnapped a lot for ransom, has not been labeled as a terrorist organization. He added that terrorism tracking organization have put them as the third or fourth worst terrorist organization, and yet Nigeria is still holding back to label them as a terrorist organization. Post-pastoral conflict were the deadliest threat faced in Nigeria since 2016, according to SB Morgan Intelligence Report on Security in the country in 2016. Cattle rustlers and Fulani herdsmen were responsible for 470 and 1,425 deaths, respectively. Cattle rustlers were responsible for 7% of the attack, while Fulani herdsmen were responsible for 29%. Each livestock rustling incident, on the other hand, averaged 39 victims, whilst Fulani herdsmen attacks averaged 30. Farmers and people of assaulted areas were usually the targets and victims of cattle rustlers and Fulani herdsmen. The Middle Belt Movement for Justice and Peace, MBMJP, has then expressed concern that the cycle of killings perpetrated by armed herdsmen militia in Kaduna, Benue, and other states of the Federation is widening because the federal government has failed to label the armed herders as terrorists as well. The Middle Belt Movement for Justice and Peace said that if the federal government wants to end the armed herdsmen instigated crisis in areas of the country, it should stop treating the situation with child gloves and take decisive measures to stop killings by labeling armed herdsmen terrorists right away. Comrade Joe Buka, the MBMJP's convener, spoke out over the weekend in response to a wave of violence and killings in portions of Kaduna State, urging the federal government to handle armed Fulani herdsmen the same way it treats the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. We are aware that not all Fulani herders are terrorists. Declaring the organization terrorist will have ramifications for people who are no innocent. Fulani herders in the north and other regions of the country may be terrified of moving around among people with cows. Beef prices may also rise as a result of this. The Fulani people, unlike terrorist group, have houses, villages, and even families. However, if they are designated as terrorist organization, the military will be given the authority to enter their residence and apprehend the perpetrators. This may seem like a nice concept, but it has certain drawbacks. And this is the news with analysis that these are the things that may happen if Buhari declare Fulani as terrorists, whereby Lai Mohammed was trying to justify that there is a difference between activities that are criminal rather than terror related, that there is an erroneous and misconception about the lawlessness, which should not be lawlessness by the Herdsmen, we should not be mistaken with terrorism acts, saying that if they should label these people as terrorist group, then a whole lot of people would actually be having phobia for people that are moving around with cows, and that it will instigate crisis in many areas of the north, and then beef prices, because they are herdsmen, in charge of cows and the likes like that. Beef prices may also rise as a result of this. Time is 11:13 a.m. Good morning. Thanks for listening.